Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake It's Me, and today is the Wednesday update. It is Wednesday, August 28th, 2024, and thanks for hanging with me. If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe, then head on over to podcast.hellocupcakeitsme.com to check out the podcast that is updated every Thursday. And then head on over to check out my upcoming book, Carpe Diem Scroto, 365 Daily Affirmations, scheduled for publication November 2024. And you can find that at www.cdsthebook.com. Make sure that you follow me on all the different socials, and let's get into it, shall we? So, it has been a really kind of stressful yet relaxing week so far. My sister has taken the week off for her birthday, and that means that I really don't need to be anywhere throughout the day. I'm just going to the YMCA twice a week, even though they're open 4 times a week now. But, you know, I'm just kind of like, I'm good with the schedule that I have going on right now. And just feeling stressed out about the book, but also feeling good that I know I'm doing the best I can with what I have available to me. And that's something that I consistently preach and tell people, just do what you can with what you have available to you. So, that's exactly what I'm doing. Just going through things. I talked to the illustrator tonight or last night, not tonight. Last night I talked to the illustrator and just kind of went over deadlines and expectations, and to kind of just touch bases to see how far along they are in the project and everything else. I also have found somebody that I'm going to work with as the final editor, and they are also going to do the formatting for the ebook and the formatting for Amazon, KDP, Barnes & Noble, and for traditional print. And he is from Kenya, and I found him on a micro gig platform called Fiverr. And this isn't sponsored by Fiverr or anything. It would be amazing if I got a sponsorship from Fiverr, because I myself have personally done gig work over there. But it's an amazing platform. I put out an offer, or I put out a bid, just telling people, what I was looking for, what I needed, and what my maximum budget is for this project. And this gentleman has been very nice, very professional, sent me a full-on rap sheet with everything that he's done. I looked at what other authors have had him do, their responses. I've gone to each of their personal websites with their book and kind of done a deep dive, because I want to make sure, one, the person's from Kenya, and two, because it is my work and it's not somebody here in the US, the laws don't translate that well between here and international laws, and I don't have the money for an international lawyer. Hell, I don't even have the money really to hire this person, but I'm making it happen. And I'm just putting that energy out there that this is going to work and that things are going to work themselves out. Today is the last day of the Mercury retrograde, and we don't have another one until November. So, thankfully, things are kind of settling down, and I'm not going to do any business deals with this gentleman until around September 10th. because just with this retrograde, and I know if you guys don't follow along with this zodiac or whatever, I understand, but with this retrograde, half of the zodiac was affected differently than the other half was going to be. So it was like the first part of the retrograde, this part of the zodiac was going to be affected in these areas. Second part of the retrograde, the zodiac was going to be affected in these areas. But one of the things that was across the board was don't do business during this time. So I take that to heart. I think I mentioned this before, but I kind of follow along with astrology a little bit and know a little bit about each of the zodiac signs and how they interact with one another and romantically who you're compatible with or whatever else. Not one of my strong suits, but so I'm a Pisces on the cusp of Aries. And so Pisces are intelligent, emotional, spiritual, creative, and Aries are hot-tempered, logical, very methodical, the way that they do things. So there's strengths and weaknesses with both. So I like to refer to myself as an emotional warpath because, that's how I see myself is I have this huge bleeding heart for the plight and suffering of others. But if I break a nail, I'm going to destroy the universe. So, I'm constantly at war with myself when it comes to emotions, which is why I allow people to walk all over me at times and push past boundaries that I set up, and in many cases don't have boundaries, which is part of, in the last couple of things that I've talked about, on the podcast in the last couple of videos, I talked about setting boundaries and needing to set these boundaries and just sticking with that. And so that's part of the reason is just I've identified this in my life and I know that it needs to be done. So, get to it basically. So anyways, yeah, so a little bit of movement in that and just trying to have a healthy mind, healthy life, healthy heart. Try not to get wrapped up in people's negative connotations, not trying to get wrapped up in political bullshit, not trying to get wrapped up in just misinformation, and having to come to the realization that people know what they know and you can't tell them otherwise. And I heard this statement made the other day and it hit really freaking hard. And it was this billboard sign from the universe that really applied to the situation at hand that day. And I replayed that multiple times throughout the day. People know what they know and you can't tell them otherwise. And this is called the Tiffany problem. And I just recently found out about this. So if I'm misspeaking on it, please forgive me, but you can Google search it or whatever. But basically what the Tiffany problem is that authors who are saying writing a romantic novel that is set in a medieval France or whatever, even though Tiffany was a very commonplace name during that time period, utilizing the name Tiffany would pull the reader out of the fantasy and kind of shatter it for them. And it's because people know what they know and can't be told otherwise. And so when I heard about this and I kind of did a little shallow dive on the Tiffany problem, I was like, this fucking resonates with me right now. And I don't know why, but it's like very spiritual and like, aha, like I want this on a sampler somewhere hanging on my wall. Like, people know what they know and they can't be told otherwise. So, I've been trying to utilize that in how I deal with people, especially over the last couple of days. Like I had someone send me some stuff that was completely misconstrued. They were trying to tell me that like this immigrant group was doing these horrible, outlandish things and all this other stuff. And in real time, I look up all the information from a news source that is like outside of the United States and a news source that has no connection to American syndication. And I was like, actually, what you just said is only like they waived the truth over this story. There's no truth into this story. As a matter of fact, this immigrant group isn't even from the country that you said they're from. And in your story or your retelling or your parroting this information back to me, there are so many fallacies and so many contradictions that no. So anyways, I'm getting way off topic. So I'm just kind of like, okay, you know what? If I need to call people out on their bullshit, I'm going to call people out on their bullshit. But I'm also trying not to like come across as a know-it-all or like, well, you're wrong. I'm trying to do it in a very diplomatic, tactful, tasteful way while still maintaining that whole people know what they know and just like holding on to that. Like, okay. So, yeah. It's been very interesting how things have kind of played out over the last week or two and just in life in general. Talking with my mom, dealing with my biological mom's bullshit. I still haven't heard from her since she got home from the hospital, so I don't know how she's doing. There's only been one doctor who's called me, and it was an ophthalmologist who wanted to do a follow-up because she had a really bad infection in her eye and possibly even lost partial vision. And so it's just, yeah, I don't know. I figured she'll call me when and if she wants to talk to me. But she's probably really pissed off at the fact that we had her cell phone shut off because her boyfriend had it. And it's like, no, my sister had every right to shut your goddamn phone off because that was your phone for you, not for him. He's supposed to have this job. He's supposed to have this whole life and all this other bullshit. Yet you're letting him use your phone and you have nothing. Like, so anyways, but, yeah, just kind of whatever. I've been watching a lot of anime lately and, just spending a lot of time alone and enjoying my aloneness. It's been kind of nice because usually when I'm alone and by myself, I'm depressed, I'm upset, I don't want to do anything, I'm laying in bed all day. I'm not doing any of that. I'm right here in front of my computer. I'm doing random work for the book on my computer. I'm answering emails. I'm doing whatever I gotta do. You can't really see it all that well, but that like lampshade back there with the black stuff on it um, is a lampshade that I'm working on right now. It's Halloween themed. So this is the picture that's on that lampshade, and you can see the tape here, but I taped it to the inside and then I traced, and I got to go over it tomorrow with black paint, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of different details to it or whatever. But I'm getting creative again. I'm enjoying my creativity. I'm enjoying my house. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my surroundings. Um, Now, if I could just focus that enjoyment and that happiness into walking again, that would be freaking amazing. But uh, Washington is being Washington with its weather right now, and like we have rainstorms and thunderstorms and lightning storms and all kinds of other storms happening like sporadically. Like today, it rained all night last night, and then it stopped at like 6:45 in the morning, and now it's like supposed to be sunny for the rest of the day until about 4, when we're supposed to have uh really high winds and all this other stuff. And it's just like, yeah, I can't be out in the freaking elements like that. But you know eventually I'm gonna get back to that like mindset of getting out and walking, and I might just skate through the rest of this year and then pick it up in February or March and start walking again that during that time period. I do have a couple of trips planned, nothing set in stone as of yet. My aunt wants me to come back east to visit her, and I've never been back east before. Even though I wanted to move to Philadelphia, Boston, or down south to New Orleans. Uh, the furthest east I've ever been is like Las Vegas. So, um, and that's not very far east. Like all the West Coast states I've pretty much been in except for Idaho. Um, but I've been in Washington, I've been in Oregon, I've been in California, I've been in Mexico, I've been in Canada and Alaska, I've been in Arizona, and technically Colorado, but not enough to. It's at that like 4 points or whatever. So when you stand in the middle, you're like in California, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, like all these. So yeah, technically the furthest east I've ever been is uh, Bullhead City, Arizona. So yeah, about all that. Um, so we've talked about like going to Chicago and going to go see the Natural History Museum and going and walking around there. And um, when I while in Chicago, I have a bunch of food destinations because, well, big back Mike here. Um, I want to try Chicago style pizza. I want to try a Philly cheesesteak or Chicago cheesesteak, whatever the hell you want to call it. I know that there's that one place that on like one side of the street is world famous, whatever, Philly cheesesteak, and on the other side is like the world famous, whatever, chili cheese steak. They got like a rival competition going on between them. I'd like to check that out. Um, I would like to see a couple of like the major sites in the area, and And then I'm also planning on trying to go see my mom. I'm thinking toward the end of November, beginning of December. I'd like to go. Ultimately, I would like to go for her birthday, which is in the first part of November, but I just don't see how that's going to be probable for me to do. Especially since, I'm going to have the witch's walk, and then I'm going to have everything with my book. And then, I was thinking about trying to go the week after I release my book and just go down there for Thanksgiving and get a hold of one of my cousins or something and see if they would pick me up from the airport, or maybe even see about renting a car and driving from the airport to her house and like surprising her, like knocking on the door like, "Hi, Mom," and just watching her kind of freak out or whatever. Um, or get a hold of her neighbor friend and see if she would like pick me up or something. I would really like it if it was one of the family members and then they had her come over to the house, and she walked in the door and I'm sitting there at the kitchen table like, "Oh, hi, what are you doing here?" Like, you know. Um, so I haven't seen my mom in a couple of years now, and kind of missing the old gal. Uh, so yeah, she sent me some gummies the other day. These are Ripped Results Keto apple cider vinegar gummies. They're vegan, gluten free, and non GMO, and they're 1,000 milligrams. And you take 2 a day, and I can tell you guys, I can already tell a difference in like my energy just taking them. Like, what was it? Monday night, I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning because I took those at 2 p.m. I was just like, meh. I couldn't get to sleep. So, I don't know if it was a combination of that and the vitamin D that I started taking again or what, but I was pretty like twacked out. Um, but it was good because I got a lot of stuff done. Got some cleaning done in the house. I got some computer work that I needed to do done. So it's just been good. So anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go because later on today, I have a lunch date with my friends from the pool. My one friend had her knee operated on, and so she's kind of itching to get out of the house and just get to see us or whatever. So I got a date with 2 women tomorrow, or today, not tomorrow. So yeah, kind of excited about that. We're not going anywhere special. It's just the Mexican restaurant literally across the street from my house. Like I walk out my front door, walk to the end of my driveway, go across the street, and there it is. But it's still going to be fun, and we get to gossip and just have fun. So, anyways, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment section down below. And check out the podcast, check out the book. And if you would like to be a sponsor for the book, that would be like totally awesome. And all that information is there. You could check it out. www.cdsthebook.com. And I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.